Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, back with another episode of Settlement Survival. Hope we're having a fantastic and amazing day today. We're gonna get into some logistically things in this episode. I was watching one of our farms down over here, and I noticed that it was peas, that it wasn't quite getting harvested all the way. So I put the expansion in a couple of our warehouses that are right close here. Now we have these two, and then I think I threw in two more over here to try and get this stuff taken care of. They just weren't getting this cleared out, so I thought that we would do the logistics stuff today to try and get the efficiency a little bit better. We do have our transfer stations up over here, and that's going to take the goods and send them out into open warehouses. So I mean, it's helpful, but it's not quite enough for what we need right over here. We're only running dirt roads right now, and so that's something that we can upgrade. And then I do have two tech points that I want to get into as well. So we have logistics. I want to get into the delivery and the quick porter. This is a new skill. Movement speed of logistic workers is plus 20%. That's pretty good. But I have 2 points right now. So I think what I want to do is go backpack and go handcart. But now we are kind of short on reeds. And I realized that we need reeds for something else that we just did recently. And that's our fishing port. We need fishing nets for the fishing port. And when you don't have them, I was just having 2 people sit in here for nothing. So I threw in another knitting workshop down here, and that's this guy right here, because I want to have ropes and I want to have fishing nets. So let's go rope. This guy's rope already. We have reeds, fishing nets. And then over here, I got to put in 2 more people to work on these reed fields. And while we have that going, oh, looks like we got a new administrator. Let's go new seeds acquired, wheat, accidental death rate, meh. While we're doing this, let's get the reeds, and we'll kind of go up in our new little area up over here. We have a lot of space around this lake pond thingy, so let's go ahead and get a couple more reeds going, and then we can work on this up here as well, and we can get a ton of reeds going. I think it'll be really good to get this happening, and get the reeds going, and get the backpacks, and get the handcarts. Now the handcarts are going to take steel and planks. So I was looking at our sawmill, which is approximately right here, and I noticed that we have a ton of planks, almost 1,700 planks. So that's obviously doing pretty great. And then I noticed that we had next to no steel. So I came back over here. I got our steel back up and running. We just had the person who was working here, they died. So I needed to get them replaced. So we did that. We have coal coming in over here. We got iron coming in over here. So with the steel up and running a little bit better again, I'm going to actually do 2 more. We'll have the steel, we have the planks, and now we need to get the processing of the blacksmith, and we're going to dedicate a blacksmith specifically for these hand carts. And maybe we do more than one. Let's get it built. Maybe I won't use them both right away, but I'll get it built up. And we'll just kind of do that for now. I do have a good handful of workers. This one only has 3 over here. So we have 8 workers. Let's put 1 more in there. And I think it was 6 over here. And then I have another 6 up here. So we have tons of builders. I also put in a ton of houses up here. We were doing pretty good with food, so I felt like it was time to upgrade. So that's what we did. I did start the building of this nursing home, but not this one. We're still waiting on a handful of building kits, not that many, and the building kits are being made over by our steel. I have a bunch of sand pits. Both of them are getting clay. Clay seemed to be a pretty hot commodity around here, so now we have 800 room. Great on that. And then I realized that sand was doing okay, but we needed more glass. So we got this person making us some glass, and then I do have a kiln factory here waiting for orders, and I'm just going to leave it for now and see what else develops. Now that we do have some houses in here, we're going to need this marketplace to be, marketing. So we're going to get that going. Let's put a person in our police station, church, everything. All these things that I had nothing in them are going to have to get stuff in them now. Our last batch of immigrants just came in. It was about 20 people, so that was a ton. Super great to have. But we are going to need, looks like some glass. Oh no, we should be good on everything on the theater. It looks like I just have it paused, so let's turn that back on and get that built up. And it looks like we're going to need about 30 linens. We aren't doing linens in this playthrough. We've been focusing on cotton instead. So if we get a couple more people here from somebody graduating school or something, we can do another caravan and go get some more linens and things. So we need a little bit more than that. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, thank you to everybody who has subscribed lately and is watching right now. I really, really appreciate it. We hit 900 subs last night. Super excited to get that 1,000. Thank you everybody who subscribed. And very, very exciting. Getting close to that 1,000. It's a big milestone in any YouTuber's journey. So very excited about it. Thank you very much. But anyways, back to our game here. What I'm kind of thinking about doing next on the logistics idea. So we got the backpack, we got the hand carts, and we got the basics on the way, right? So we do have our blacksmiths ready for the hand carts, and then the backpack, I think, okay, the tailor can now make backpacks. So we're gonna have to throw in a couple more tailors, and this guy's gonna need some cotton cloth and some rope. So let's go ahead. We have a handful of tailors over here that aren't doing anything. So we should be able to find our backpack right here. So with some rope, oh, we have tons of rope. Look at that. And we have a good amount of cotton cloth. Let's go ahead and flop these guys to backpacks. I thought we were doing okay. Yeah, we were over cap with our rough clothes. 600 is our cap. I'm probably gonna shoot that up to like 1,000. We're growing pretty good now, so we're gonna need some more of that. And it looks like our tools are, oh, they're at 0, but it's because the hardwood tools don't show up. 800, doing pretty good on that. Most of our tools are hardwood tools right now, so that's happening pretty great. And oh, it looks like spirits are getting kind of low, so we're gonna need to get another person in that distillery. I don't even think we have fermenting yet. Yeah, we don't. We're way behind on that dealio, so we'll get that going. See, we're getting tons of food. We're doing great on food. Stone and our iron isn't doing the greatest. We only have the one quarry for now. And if we get a handful more workers, maybe we put some more people in the quarry. Also, in the wintertime, we could come up over here. We have tons of rocks over here. We could definitely grab these rocks. I think I'll do that right now. Get them marked. And then all of our farmers can come up here, gather these rocks up, and then that'll be good to go. It's a good handful of rocks. It's not a ton, but it'll help for sure. Ooh, it looks like our person here needs some more refined fuels. So if we go over here, that's kind of where we're doing all that stuff right in here. We're probably going to need to put another fuel factory a little bit more close over here. If we're going to have our kilns over here, we're going to need the fuel for them as well. So we'll get this guy in. It's not that big a deal. We'll plop that right there. Okay, that'll be on the way. But it's the worker problem that comes in. We can absolutely shift some builders out. We don't really need 16 builders right now. I just had a lot of stuff that I want to get built up. So that's why I put in a bunch of builders. And then over here, we definitely don't need 6 builders. I'm not growing this space a whole lot right now, so we don't really need the 6 builders. So let's go ahead and, oh, I have 4 in here. Okay, we'll knock that down to 2. And then over here, we had 6 builders, and we'll adjust that to, let's go to 4. We'll just leave it like that. Get a handful of people back. I did put in 8 more research institutes. Our tech points were just not coming in fast enough, so I put down a whole bunch. They should all be using paper. Nope, not all of them. So we'll go ahead and toggle that on. I do have ropes, of course, here, but I don't want to use the ropes for this because we have a lot of rope demand in other places. So that's what we're going to do with that stuff. We do have a good amount of ropes here. These guys are making fishing nets. We have a handful, which is great. Once we get a little bit more, we'll get this fishing port back up and running. I don't want to have only a few nets and then run out of them, and then this fishing port's like on and off and on and off. I want to have a good amount of fishing nets before we turn that back on. Dense Forest Farm, I got another one getting built over here. We were in the red for wood for a little while, so I did put in this one and then turned on this one, so this one will get built up. I probably will pause it. I don't need it right now. I'll probably do that. We're kind of, and more importantly, running out of alcohols right now, so let's go ahead and put that in there. And then how are we doing agave? Okay, we're doing pretty good on agave, so we could definitely put in another distillery. Let's go ahead and grab that guy. We'll put it up over here. This new little space, I'm trying to have a lot of the same amenities, the same things that we have in other places in the town, so that these guys don't have to go so far to get that stuff. We do have a sawmill hiller making us some domestic fuels, which we have a good amount of. And obviously got our builders going ahead and building up our houses. And then our nursing home should be pretty close to getting done here. We just got enough building kits, so hopefully that gets in there pretty quickly. And then this is pretty set up for the growth. We will have to keep pushing north. We want to do another little area, which we probably will. This is a good space to do that. And then I was also kind of thinking in technologies, I won't be able to do it this episode, but in our agriculture, we have 4 points that we need to get down to corral. Plantation and forest farm and nursery and all of these except for apiary are kind of pointless because we have dense forests, we have dense farms, and we have the water nursery. So kind of pointless. I'm probably not going to get these. I don't really need them, but I do need the corrals. Corrals you're going to need for donkeys and horses, and we want to get that for logistics, so that'll be something that we do definitely. We should also have the obsidian mine, right? And then we could do obsidian roads, which is pretty cool. So I think I will build an obsidian mine. I don't have enough workers right now for it, but if we can get it started and get it built up, it would be really awesome to have the obsidian roads. I think it's cool. The black looks really good on the roads. Instead of just going for the stone roads, we'll go all the way to obsidian. And let's see if we can find that here. So the dirt roads is 25%, stones are 50%, and then cut stones are 75, and the obsidian is 125. Super, super great. I also wanted to put a little road in there, so let's go in there and we'll get this guy in there like that. Oop. But there is also gold and jade roads. So if we go ahead, and I think that's going to be under construction. Here's brick roads. I swear there was jade roads. Anyways, brick roads, that's 100, and then gold is, oh, jade roads. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Is that what I said? Yeah, I thought they were green though for some reason. Maybe they never were. Anyways, 125 and 125. So the obsidian is just as good as the gold avenue, and the jade avenue, it's just, I feel like, a little bit easier to get. So that's what we're gonna do. I meant to mention this. We are gonna need some linens. Maybe we should just do a little linen thing. I mean, that's not that big of a deal, right? We could totally do that. Now that I look at that, we have a ton of people, a ton of herbs. So I'm just gonna back that off just slightly. Okay. Now we're in the green with our minerals. Super great. It's our alcohol and snack that we're kind of hurting on. So this thing should get built up soon. Are we going to have the quantity of agave to deal with the demand? And it looks like we'll be okay. I've been mentioning this a couple times. I want to swap these out for dense farms, and I will do that. I will probably do that, try to do that in the next season here. And over here, we got our nursery home getting built up, and we should be looking, okay, so 48 citizens want new houses. I was hoping that this would kind of deal with that a little bit, but it did. But obviously, we still have that demand, so we'll get a little bit more of that happening. This is going to empty out some of these houses that have higher population or higher aged people in them. I talked about that a little bit in the last episode. We saw that miner that was at like 106 years old or something crazy like that. But I'm not seeing anybody like that age in this little area right now. I think these were all mostly people who needed to move out of their parents' house basically and live on their own to start their own little family. So I think that's kind of what that kind of fell into. But this is going to open up our older houses kind of over like in this space and over here as well. And we could absolutely continue to grow this up in this space as well. And do a little bridge action, connect all this, it'll be great once you do that. But it's just kind of how we're going to develop here, and we'll see how it goes. It looks like, yeah, our happiness is normal, which isn't bad, but it's not where I want it. I definitely want to get a little bit better happiness. We're going to do that through alcohols. We're going to do that through the theater that's here that's not being operated because I don't have anybody to do it. I could shift some people out of, well, these reed fields for one. And go over here for the theater. I feel like the theater is a little bit more important than reed fields. And since we do have so much food, I am going to back off a couple of these fish pond people. I'm going to do 2 out of here instead of doing 1 and 1. And we'll just leave it like that. Ooh, our fuel factory is good to go. So this guy did get some fuel. Looks like we still have demand for it. Let's put somebody in there. We'll get this thing built up. And then we could also shift some of these 6 workers out of here as well. Don't need that many in here anymore now that we got all of our houses built up. So that should be good. Now we got 3. We do have more immigrants on the way, which is going to be great. I love getting the immigrants. It's a nice boost. Feels good. The city might need some lanterns. Okay, so there's a couple things. Well, there's lanterns that we have here that we can't get yet. So if we go to construction... Oh, we do have lighting. What do we need for the lanterns? Do we need glass? Let's see. Our lighting guys right here. Lamp oil, lighting factory. Yeah, glass bottles, which we have none of. So what we could do is, since we have... glass being produced right here, let's go like this and go glass bottle. This guy's gonna take sand, and then we need refined fuel. I thought it was gonna take glass because it says glass bottle, but it doesn't. So let's get this going. We'll get some glass bottles, and then what we could do is, oh, this guy's not making anything. Let's go ahead and go with coal, and then we can go ahead and get some more glass lanterns up there. And that's this guy. Get that going. And do we want it close by? Ideally, it would be like right in the middle. I'm thinking about it being close by because this guy is producing the oils that this is going to use, and this guy up here is obviously producing the glass bottles that we're going to use. So if we get this like right in here, that might be all right. So we'll do that, and I wouldn't mind another warehouse. We might have to go smaller. Oh no, this will work. Let's see, might have to go a smaller warehouse, but we might be able to do both. Let's see. The transfer station has a lot of hidden space apparently that we can't utilize. I'm not sure if that warehouse is going to work because I didn't get a road to it, but we'll see. It might be inaccessible, but oh, our nursery got built. So let's check our nursing home, I should say. Let's check this out. So we got a handful of people in here. 36 opens up a lot of spaces. You know, these people aren't super old in here, so, but I like those. It opens up the houses. Now we only have 27 citizens instead of 80. Let's, about approximately 36 people. It got better. So let's open this up to get built up. If we need glass, we need building kits, we can do that. I like these nursing homes because of this this remodel stuff that you can do, it benefits more people in the one space versus like this house. It's only 2 out of 4, so you're only benefiting 4 people at max with the same cost. So 2 puppies for 4 people, or 2 puppies for the 36 people. It just makes sense to do it in the nursing homes as well as the luxury apartments, but we don't have any of that yet, so obviously we can't do that. Another thing I want to work on is getting into the house upgrades, the villas, and the luxury apartments. Maybe we'll do that in the next episode or so. But anyways, we got our distillery up and running. Let's go ahead and get some. So we do have dates and we do have potatoes now. So let's go ahead and let's go with potatoes, because our agave is being pulled in different places. Let's just go with potatoes, because potatoes aren't. Potatoes are just the food. So we'll use those guys up. And let's see, how is this doing over here? We had about 50 nets before, I think, right? 143, so that's getting better. It's slow going for sure. And then we should have our smithies built over here, and this guy's just hanging out, not doing anything, because we haven't told him to do anything yet. We should have steel, we should have planks. Let's get some hand carts going. Excellent, this is gonna be really good. I'm gonna bump this up to 1,000. I want a ton of these things, and we can even go like that, and we'll do that, go a little bit better. Had a couple people graduate for school, so we had some workers. And it looks like we are kind of out of workers again. So we're still losing people with the cold deal in the wintertime. Obviously, it gets cold. But the boiler rooms are working. You can see they got people running in there right now. I'm thinking about putting in another one, like maybe right here. And just kind of like this corridor, I guess, of where people are going to and fro. We'll get that going in there. Ooh, I don't need 4 people in there. We'll just do that. We're still good on wood, so I'm just gonna take those guys out of there. And then this farm's doing great. Oh, so speaking of the farms, let's go ahead. We got this is guys agave. Let's take these 2 out first. I'm gonna go ahead and knock those out, and then I'm gonna grab this, and then I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top, and I'm gonna prioritize you. And now we need some glass, so I'm not too thrilled about those. So while we're waiting for those to get built up, let's go ahead and we'll put a couple people in here instead. I think I'll go potatoes. We do have wheat now. We could make beers. I like vodka better. let's do the spirits on the potatoes. We'll get that rolling in. And instead of peas, I think I'm just gonna go. This is just gonna be potato alley right here, and it's gonna be great. We got a bunch of potatoes coming in. We got the distillery up here that's utilizing them. And let's take a look at what the fermenting can use. It does use wheat. We do have oats. So oats can make us beer anyways. We don't need the wheat, but we got it anyways. We're going to need some more glass bottles. Then I think we need a mill for the malt. Yep. And we have grapes, but we don't have grapes. So let's see. What do we have for the collection? We got lots of seeds that we could definitely get. And I do usually like to get all the seeds just because I like to have them. And we have our buddy Carlos, who we can do that with very, very easily. And we do have enough workers to go and do a caravan. I just don't think I'm going to do it quite yet. I'm going to wait until these guys get here as immigrants, and then we'll do that. But I wanted to check this guy to see if we have any good, what are they called? Blueprints? Nothing there. So I'll just skip that, I guess. And what are you? Police station. Oh, let's get somebody in there. That'll up our happiness a good amount, because we had a bunch of houses in here. And what is this? It's only got 2 in it. Sawmill. Okay, yeah, so things are going pretty great. We got nice numbers on our storage stuff. I'm also, with the logistics thing, thinking about we're going to need to get down into the storage boost, the storage mountain warehouse storage center. This thing is humongous. It's awesome to have. So I definitely want to get that instead of just a bajillion warehouses everywhere. Do a couple of storage centers here and there, and it's pretty nice. But again, that's 3 more points. So, and we're looking at, like, we want, what is that, 9 points, 10 points, something like that. So yeah, we need a lot of points. We'll probably put in a couple more of these guys. I'm not seeing any paper in these inventories, but this they have to have. I would think so, because look at that experience. Almost 4,000 tech experience last year. That's a ton. And everybody else isn't quite there, except for, yeah, this one, and this one. So these have to have been using paper. And we are making paper over here with our bamboo. So we do have some. Well, it wouldn't hurt to get a couple more workers in this space as well. So let's open that up. Once we get these immigrants, we already spend our immigrants before they get here, basically, like we normally do. It looks like this warehouse, okay, that's expansioned already. Yeah, and then our carving workshop, got iron statues, but it's going real slow, so we're not making a ton of money on those. And we have used up all of our free workers. It looks like our blacksmith died, our builder died, and our transporter died, so that's unfortunate. Let's check our blacksmiths over here. So I do want the carts, of course, but I want the tools as well. So I'm going to take one person out of here and move them back into the smithy, so we have more tools coming in Tools are going to be a little bit more important than our carts right now, but carts are also super duper great. Carry weight 150, that's pretty good. Added carry weight and replaced regularly. Yeah, so we want a ton of these things. They're just good to move things around. Obviously, it's a cart. That's what they do. So I want to have that. Get these farms harvested more quickly. Get these goods moved around more quickly, and get stuff built more quickly. Especially when we upgrade the roads to get the obsidian mines going. It's going to be great. I really like the obsidian roads. I said that they were amazing. Need a lot of building kits though, and we're going to need some lanterns. We're in the process of lanterns, and let's check in on that. So we still need some glass here. What are we looking at for our production? Yeah, we need a handful of workers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for these immigrants to get here, and then I'll bring you back, and then we will sprinkle them around town, and it'll be great. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, we are back. We've got 22 laborers. I have sprinkled a few people around town, just filling in the gaps where we had some people die. We didn't have anybody to replenish them. So that's what we got going on here. We got our nursing homes built up. We're still waiting on some linen over here. I think we should do that. Let's go get some linen, and then we will do that with our guy right over here. Former caravan. We do have a handful of cats. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to go to Carlos, and I'm going to sell, and we're going to go... Oh, excuse me. We have puppies, not cats. We have 9 puppies. So we're going to go here, and we're going to sell those guys. And then we are also going to go stat, or statue. We have 98 of those. Super duper and amazing. Now we're going to actually... Let's sell the puppies, but I'm going to hold on to the statues. I want to go here for our statues because this person has a good food buff. So I want to get that for our peeps. But we'll sell the puppies. We are going to be buying a little bit of linen from this guy, from Carlos. We need 30 of that. So let's go ahead and go, you know what, let's go with like 70, because then we can build another one and we have it stored up because we aren't using it anywhere else, right? And then I think what might be good is we go lantern. There we go, lantern. It's ER, not UR. And then I think what I want to do is, how many of these can we get? If we go 100, is that going to be too much? Yes. Okay, so we can't do that yet. So let's just get these 2 things. Puppy, linen, form. Great. Okay, and now we have 6 people left. And I want to hold off. I'm going to keep those 6 people in the laborer camp, I guess. I don't know. And not in the building. That's what, yeah, not in the building. We need a few more building kits, and we need 120 lanterns. So we did get our lighting factory built, and it is working. So that's exciting. We're getting that on the way as well. Got our warehouse here. This was the one that wasn't quite on the road, but it looks like it doesn't matter. It's still getting utilized, which is great. Now that we're here, let's go ahead and upgrade this. Yep. And then this is all developed very well. And then, right as I cut from the last time, I noticed this. Look, what is this thing? In the middle of our road here. So let's see, let's click on it. There is something colorful looming in the woods. When you push through the trees to see, a huge Easter egg enters your eyes. Open the egg. There are gifts. Okay. Okay, an Easter egg had 99 Easter eggs in it. Okay, let's see. Where can I even see that? If we go stock, Easter egg. It's just a thing. I'm not sure what it does. If you know what the Easter egg does, let me know. Is it just a food thing, or is it just something neat? So I like how they do the holiday events in this game. It makes it kind of fun. And the Lunar New Year, the Christmas Yule time, when we had all of the little snowmen and thingy doodlers on the houses, that was fun. I like that a lot about this game. We do have 8 citizens, and I was thinking about another tailor. So I did throw down a clothing factory. So we got one here, but we are using leather for this. I wonder if I decided on leather. We aren't making much leather anywhere. But we are making cotton cloth over here, and it looks like that is at 0 as well. So let's switch this to agave. I want this working. I need clothes. So we'll get that going, and it looks like then I'm gonna need a couple more cotton farms over here. So let's put in 2 more. That should be decent enough for now. Get those things on the way. And then let's come back over here. We should be able to turn this back on. 207. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go with 1 worker on there. And then the production over here is kind of So our ropes are at 73, and then the fishing nets are calling for ropes all the time. I probably need a couple more reed fields, and it probably wouldn't hurt to get another knitting workshop going as well. And I think I'm going to bring that up over here, and let's plop it like that. And let's go with 2 people in there. That'll work. Get this thing built, and then we'll start producing the ropes over here as well. We can get that spread out around the town. And we still have our smithy working over here. Up only 16 carts, not great, but we do have our steel coming in. Maybe we have too much steel work going on. Let's just kind of go like that. Actually, no, let's not do that because I want the steel because I want to get the carts. Let's throw one more person in there. And we'll leave. We got 5 workers. Let's leave those guys where they're at. And we still are trying to wait for the goods for our obsidian mine, which is up over here. So yeah, we need a lot of lanterns. And that's basically like one of the biggest things that we need right now. And even to advance our mines a little further, we're gonna need some more lanterns. So like here. So it's a good thing that we got that started. It's more of an advanced thing to get the lanterns, and so we'll get into that. And I think that's a good spot to wrap this one up. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Settlement Survival. Have a fantastic and amazing weekend, and I'll see you on the next one.